positive energy only for Pisces. We're going to be doing the energy of January and how that transforms into February. I already pre-shuffled and pre-saged. I'm going to be doing Venus placements, so look out for those. I also, well, if I think about it, I'll let you know. But so far, positive energy only. Thank you for going to listen to the Kiki's Tarot. Go ahead with positive energy from the universe only. What's going on for Pisces? Positive energy 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 only. Positive energy only. What's going on for Pisces? Positive energy only. What's going on for Pisces? Positive energy only for. Oh, okay. We got the Hermit sideways. Positive energy only. Positive energy only for Pisces. What's going on, Pisces, for January? Positive energy only. What's going on for Pisces? Cards are really tight today. Positive energy only. What's going on for Pisces? Okay. Ooh, Jesus. Okay, so Ace of Wands. I'm sorry, Ace of Swords in the upright. And Page of Cups in reverse. Bottom of the deck energy. Eight of Swords in reverse. King of Swords in the upright, which is pretty interesting under the Ace of Swords. And then Seven of Cups in the upright. Wow. And then Seven of Wands in reverse, overall energy of the deck. Alright, so it's like you are feeling maybe, I don't know, I said dismantled, but maybe like disassociated as well, because it's like you're not sure what you want to do. You could be feeling unbalanced. You're not sure if you want to get away from the world or you want to be with the rest of society right now. Maybe something happened where you had to make a decision um, that brought this on. Like you had to like here it's like because you knew something that happened, you had the clarification. Even though this isn't the judgment card, I feel like you made a judgment on something, and when you made a judgment you had to take away, um you had to pull away your emotions as well. So any emotions that you contributed, you had to pull that away as well. But whatever it is, it's like you feel free from it. Yeah, like you're like whatever got you in your feels or had you in your feels, it's like once you made the decision or you made the judgment because you got the mental clarification and you took your emotions out of the situation, you came outside of this bond that could also had you mentally disturbed, not like psychotic, but like, or possibly psychotic, but you know, that had you sort of all over the place in a mental state. So now that you're getting out this bind, it's like you really on top of your game and what's going on, and I feel like you're feeling ready to make. Okay, okay, put a fingers here. You feel ready to make a decision about something. So maybe something was holding you back from making an important decision that I think basically it's given like not life or death, but something that really had to contribute to your life. Because it's like you already made the judgment on taking your feelings out, taking your emotions out, your feelings or your emotions out of the situation. Could have been romantic, could have been with a job, or maybe even a group of friends. But you're coming out of that, and you are um, fully in your power, especially mentally, and you are ready to make a decision, or even maybe make a change in your life. Like you're ready to I know this that's only like 3 of Wands, but it's like you're ready to choose what path you want to go on. 7 of Wands in reverse. You possibly could have been feeling very overwhelmed by this, which is why you wanted to hermit. But I think you didn't hermit, and I think because you like it's something you really were thinking about. But I think because you didn't, you were able to get that mental clarity and pull your emotions out of the situation. I think you're feeling very emotional about this. We get some clarification, which is definitely Pisces energy. I didn't do that on purpose. All right, positive energy only from the universe. What's going on for Pisces? Can clarify the situation for Pisces. Can we get some clarification for Pisces? Positive energy from the universe only. Positive energy from the universe only. Okay. So whatever emotions you had to this, you felt very tethered to it. It felt like you had telepathy, intuition, dreams, or heart songs. Okay, so you felt very connected, which I feel like your emotions was very into it. We had proposal, commitment, offer, asking out, taken to the next level. Maybe you were afraid of commitment, but you were able to like place your emotions, observing, being watched, social media, stalking, terms, and love. Obsessed with you. Hmm. I don't know what the observing. Maybe you were observing. I think you were the observant. I think you're really in love with somebody, or you're aware that they're in love with you. It's giving like you were afraid of commitment. Like you were gonna like maybe break up with someone, and turn your back on the situation because you're afraid of commitment. But it's which I don't think is the MO for Pisces, but it is the MO for Pisces. Like you guys are definitely down for a relationship, but like how deep of a relationship depending on maturity. Okay, so maybe you've matured here with this King of Swords because it's like you finally decided to make a judgment. It's like it's saying you took your emotions out, but I think took your emotions out in a good way. Like clearly you love this person, but you took your emotions out. You took your fear out. You took the negative emotions away, and you're out of this mental bind that you were in, and it's like you're fully in your power. You might be ready to propose, or someone proposed to you, and you're definitely ready to say yes. So can you do a? I think do how we know who this is, but double card in the split, full card, full and double card in the split. You don't have to take splits, but if it means anything to you, I would say that. Oh shit! I lost my train of thought. But I think you're ready for commitment. I think you're ready for a big commitment. Oh, I was saying how we know who this how we know who this is, but I think you know. I think you will always know who it is, but why not clarify on how we know who this is? Positive energy only from the universe. How we know who this is. How we know who this is. Positive energy universe. How we know who this is. Sorry, I'm just looking to see the microphone. It's a lot of codes, but they all jumped out like crazy. It's only 5, so we'll take them. Okay, first card. All right, so first card was the World in reverse. So some delays, possibly because lack of commitment. Page of Pentacles. I'm sorry, yeah, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Um, Maybe because like you had some insecurities. None of this is like my when it comes to like you are sort of like void of feelings, kind of numb of feelings, possibly because you went through a heartbreak. But this is giving pass. And this was the same person, maybe there was a third party involved, but I think that that is resolved. Third party doesn't have to be a person. It could be work. It could be um, I'm sorry, I'm lost for words today. Could be addictions, alcohol, drugs. Could be a family member that's in the way. It doesn't have to be cheating all the time, but I think whatever this is in the past. Maybe a past relationship. Maybe you weren't able to let go. Okay, but oh, I'm sorry because I asked who, how we know who this is. So maybe this is someone with a really heavy past. Hmm. Maybe they had a fear of commitment too. I think maybe this was someone who went through a really heavy past. They could have been stuck on their ex, with that world card in reverse. And this could have, with the page of pentacles, they could have been very guarded. And they could have not been able to really give to you the way they wanted it to. But it's like maybe that's why you are ready to turn your back from this. But it's like you didn't want to give up because this person had maybe like a lot of insecurities. Um, Maybe they were working on their self. So that's what I'm getting from that. How will this transform into February? I think this person had a lot of baggage, but they were working through it, and I think you saw that. How will this energy transform? And clearly, you really care about this person. How will this energy transform into? Because I think you want to be with this person. How will this energy transform into February? I think if I think if you don't I think if you don't play it right, I think if you don't play your cards right, you might push this person away. Um Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Or I think maybe because they had a lot of baggage, you were ready to turn your back on this person and they maybe felt that and that awakened some insecurity in them and they I feel like you could possibly have worked on pushing this person away. Um What's the advice? And then we're going to move on to final messages. Positive energy from the universe. What is the advice? Positive energy from the universe. What is the advice for Pisces? Positive energy from the universe. What is the advice for Pisces? Positive energy from the universe. What is the advice for Pisces? Positive energy from the universe. What is the advice for Pisces? Positive energy from the universe. What is the yeah. So the Justice card in reverse. It says corruption and bias cloud the moment, postponing a fair and balanced resolution. So I would say corruption and bias cloud the moment, postponing a fair and balanced resolution. I would say keep working on this. Because I think you push this person away a little bit and or that's how it's going to come off in February, and this person might be more guarded than they would before, and that could make you hasty. But I would say just relax and take your time with them. I would say I feel like you've already been really patient with them. I think you really like this person. I think you're in the King of Swords energy. So I think you have the ability to turn this into this. Basically, I think you have the ability to make things right. Um, but chill, smooth, suave. Okay. Don't put them in ultimatums is what I'm getting. Don't put them in ultimatums. If you really care for this person and they're a good person to you and they just going through a lot, they got a lot of baggage, but you really like them, you feel for them, don't put any ultimatums on them. Keep it smooth, keep it suave. All right, final messages for Pisces. 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 Any final messages for Pisces? Final messages for Pisces. Final messages for Pisces. Final messages. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay. So first card was relation to karma. So karma relationships. So this is not what I'm saying is a karmic relationship. Don't get that confused. But what I get from that is um, see what kind of karmic lessons that you can learn from the situation. So if this person have a lot of baggage, see what kind of karma you can incur and taking it slow with this person, especially if they're a good person to you. Keys on a ring. So could be some union, devotion, eternal love is possible. And we got this card earlier. So this is the second time we got this card. We got it early. Observing. Goddess of soul. So maybe your perception has changed on this person. Okay. So maybe you observe what this person really been through. You could walk in their shoes and you change your perception. It also says spying. So like I said, spying, maybe you did some digging on their Facebook profile and realized like maybe this person did this and this to the person, to your person. Um, I'm sorry I didn't do like a job thing, but I guess I got like a relationship vibe from it. If it is for a job, take it how it resonates. Talk to this person. Okay, so I think you need to take time to really talk and show your true feelings. Um, so I would say go out. It says night adventure and a little unconventional. So this might not be working the traditional way that you want, like um, boy meets girl, or girl meets guy, or girl meets girl, or boy meets boy. It might not be how you thought it would be, or conventional. Like you guys date, you get married, you fall in love, you get married, and do all these things. You realize that it takes a lot of work and a lot of communication to get what you want, especially if you desire partnership, which most Pisces do. So this person might also be a little bit more on the citric side. It might not be as traditional as you're into, but you really like this person really got you hooked. Okay, so that's all I have for you, and happy February.